Good morning, I'm Megan, a vinyasa yoga instructor, and today we are going to do an energizing 20-minute flow to get our muscles warmed up and our mind ready for the day ahead. So grab your coffee and let's get started. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position, placing your hands on top of the knees, palms facing the sky, lengthening the back, relaxing the shoulders, the face, the jaw, the eyes, centering yourself on the mat and in this space, connecting to your breath. And slowly begin to deepen the breath, inhaling for 3 and exhaling for 3. Releasing your chin to your chest, begin to roll the head. Other side. And begin to roll the shoulders. Releasing your shoulders down, reaching out with the right arm, taking the left hand, gently pushing back on the right fingertips. Straightening the left arm, taking the right hand, gently pushing back on the left fingertips. Releasing your hands to your knees. And we're going to inhale as we lift the chest up and exhale, closing the shoulder blades, lowering down. Inhale, lifting the chest, and exhale, closing the shoulder blades, lowering down. And just continue moving in a circular motion to the breath. Inhale the arms up, placing hands in prayer. We're going to exhale as we lean to the right side, placing the right hand or the right forearm down to the ground, looking up to the sky, returning back to center, hands in prayer, and exhale, releasing the left hand or the left forearm down, looking up. Inhale, back to center, hands in prayer. Exhale, twisting to your right, placing the left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twisting to your left, placing the right hand on the left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, back to prayer. Exhale, bringing hands to chest. And just closing your eyes, feeling grateful to be alive on this beautiful day. And thinking of an intention for your practice this morning. Releasing down, we're going to move into tabletop position. So we want our knees and our feet hip distance apart. Our toes can be tucked or flat. Wrists are under the shoulders. Fingers are slightly spread, pointing to the top of the mat. We're going to inhale as we lift the chest up, and exhale as we bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, opening the chest, looking up. Exhale, bringing the chin to the chest, curving the back. And continue moving to the breath. Returning to tabletop position, we're going to inhale the right arm up and exhale, releasing the right hand behind the left wrist, lowering the right shoulder down to the mat. You can place the left hand on the lower back or above the head, or placing hands in prayer. Inhale back to center, tabletop. We're going to inhale the left arm up, looking up at the left fingertips, and exhale, placing it behind the right wrist. Lowering the left shoulder to the mat, keeping the right hand where it is, or placing the lower back above the head or in prayer. Nice deep breaths. And returning back to tabletop position, we're going to walk our palms forward as we lower the chest, placing the forehead down to the mat and crawling our fingers as far as they'll go, lifting up to the fingertips, puppy pose, lengthening and stretching the spine. Nice deep breaths. Walking palms back to tabletop and just checking that knees and feet are hip distance apart, tucking the toes, gripping the mat with the finger pads. We're going to inhale as we lift the left arm up, right knee back, exhale, release. Inhale, left knee back, right arm up. Exhale, releasing down, doing 2 more. Inhale, left arm up, right knee back. Bringing that right knee to meet the left elbow, lengthening out. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, right arm up, left knee back. Bringing the left knee to meet the right elbow, lengthening out. Exhale, releasing down. Moving into downward dog. Toes are tucked. We're going to inhale as we lift the knees up. Exhale, pushing back on the heels, lifting up the hips. Keeping our back straight, arms straight as well. You can bend the knees and just start to pedal the feet, warming up the legs, doing what feels good. Slowly walking the feet to the top of the mat, trying to keep the head low. Placing your feet hip distance apart, knees are bent, letting your head hang. Placing hands on your elbows as you gently sway from side to side. Releasing your hands to the sides of the feet. We're going to inhale as we lift the chest up, placing hands in prayer above the head. And exhale, bringing hands to chest. Relaxing your shoulders, your face. Going back to the breath. Inhale the arms up, hands in prayer. Exhale, opening the arms, bending the knees, lowering the head, placing hands at the sides of the feet. Inhale as you straighten the legs, flattening the back, or placing hands on the shins or on the hips. Exhale, releasing down, bending the knees, lowering the head. Inhale, straightening the legs, flattening the back. Exhale, bending the knees, lowering the head. We're going to step the right foot back to lunge. And you can step into downward dog, but I'm going to move into plank, stepping left foot back, plank. Keeping that core strong, nice deep breaths. Moving into upward dog, I'm going to inhale, leaning forward, untucking the toes, lifting up the chest. You can also do a cobra or baby cobra. And inhale your hips back up to downward dog. Inhale, heels up onto the toes. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, releasing down. Hopping or walking to the top of the mat. Keeping the knees bent, head hanging. Inhale as you straighten the legs, flattening the back. Exhale, bending the knees, lowering the head. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, release. Inhale as you lift up the arms, opening the chest, placing hands in prayer. Exhale, bringing hands to chest. Nice deep breaths. Inhale as you lift the arms up above the head, hands in prayer. Exhale, releasing down, hands to the sides of the feet, lowering the head. Inhale, straightening the legs, flattening the back. Exhale, bending the knees, lowering the head. 1 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, release. This time we're going to step back with the left foot, lunge. You can step back to downward dog. I'm stepping back to plank. Moving into upward dog. I'm going to inhale, leaning forward. Exhale, untucking the toes, opening the chest. Tucking the toes in, hips up high, down dog. Inhaling the heels up, exhale, releasing down. 1 more. Inhale, heels up, exhale, releasing down. And inhale the left leg back, bending the left knee. We're going to exhale, swinging it forward, placing it next to the left hand. Finding your balance here on that left foot. We're going to inhale as we slowly lift the chest up. Your hands can be above the head, palms parallel, or placing them on the hips. Taking nice deep breaths here in a high lunge, looking up to the sky or straight ahead, and making sure that your knees in line with the ankle. Taking a deep inhale, and the exhale, we're going to twist to the right, opening up the arms. Inhale, back to center. Doing one more. Exhale, twisting to the right, opening the arms. And this time we're going to place that right foot so it's flat and parallel to the back of the mat. Keeping that left foot pointing to the top of the mat, left knee is bent, right leg is straight, looking over your left fingertips. Inhale, leaning forward, and exhale, leaning to your right, placing that left hand on that right leg. You can also place it at your side, returning back to Warrior Two. Placing that left hand on top of the right thigh, inhale the right arm up and over the head. Returning back to Warrior Two. Placing your left hand on the inside of the left foot, right arm up in the air, looking up at the right fingertips, straightening that left leg if it's available to you. Inhale, back to Warrior Two. Exhale, bending that left knee, placing hands on the hips, and twisting that left foot. So you're square to the long edge of the mat, opening up the feet so toes are pointing to the corners. Placing hands on the hips, we're going to inhale the arms up, placing hands in prayer. Exhale, bending the knees, bringing hands to chest. And Goddess pose, nice deep breaths. Placing hands on top of your thighs, leaning forward. We're going to inhale as we slowly twist to the right, looking up. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, twisting to your left, looking up. Exhale, returning to center, bringing your feet in so they're parallel to the top and bottom of the mat, lowering your hands to center, nice deep breaths. Inhale the right arm up, looking up at the right fingertips. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, left arm up, looking up at the left fingertips. Exhale, releasing down. Staying here, you can turn your hands if you crawl them between the legs, lowering the head for a deeper stretch. Crawling them back to center. Now we're going to crawl our hands to that right foot, turning both feet to point to that side of the mat, keeping that right knee bent, both feet pointing to the top of the mat. Knee in line with the ankle, feeling balanced on the right foot. Inhale the chest up, hands above the head or on the hips. Exhale, twisting to your left, opening up the arms. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twisting to your left, opening up the arms, and placing that left foot flat and parallel to the back of the mat, looking over your right fingertips, that right knee's bent, left leg is straight. Nice deep breaths. Leaning forward with the right arm, and exhale, leaning to your left. Left hand on the left leg, looking up at the right fingertips. You can also place that left hand on that right side. Releasing back to Warrior Two. Placing the right hand on top of the right thigh. Inhale the left arm up and over the head, looking up. Returning back to center, Warrior Two. Inhale the chest up and exhale, placing the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Left arm is up in the air, looking up at the left fingertips, staying here or straightening that right leg. And inhale, lifting up the chest. Exhale, bending the right knee, Warrior Two. And we're going to windmill down. Inhale the chest up. Exhale, right hand outside the right foot, left hand inside, turning the left foot to point to the top of the mat. Stepping back to plank. Moving into side plank here. Moving to the outside of the right foot, left foot on top of the right, finding my balance. Inhale the left arm up, looking up at the left fingertips. You can also place that right foot to the center of the mat for support. Exhale, releasing the left hand down, taking a breath. And moving to the outside the left foot, making sure that wrist is in line with the shoulder. Inhale the right arm up, looking up at the right fingertips. And exhale, returning back to plank. One more upward dog. Inhale, leaning forward. Exhale, lowering the legs, opening the chest, looking up, untucking the toes. Moving back to downward dog. Hips up high. And releasing the knees down, sitting back on the heels for child's pose, arms extended above the head. Taking this time, going back to your intention. Placing hands in prayer above the head. Inhale as you lift the hands up above the head. Exhale, releasing them down to the back of the neck. Continuing to take deep breaths. Inhale, bringing them back above the head. Exhale, releasing them back down to the mat. Inhale, lifting the hips up, back to tabletop, tucking the toes. We're going to move back to downward dog, hips up high. Doing a nice hip stretch here. We're going to do garland. Inhale, that right leg back, stepping the right foot forward, placing it behind the right wrist. Keeping both feet open at 45-degree angles, lowering the hips down. Placing your elbows on the inside of the knees, hands in prayer. You can place a pillow here under the hips for support if you'd like. Placing hands down at center, inhale the right arm up, looking up at the right fingertips. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, left arm up, looking up at the left fingertips. Exhale, releasing down. And lowering the hips down, straightening out the legs. Just rolling hands, shoulders, neck. Taking a breath. Inhale as you bend the right knee, opening the hip, bringing that right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Inhale, lifting up the chest, lifting up the arms, and exhale, leaning forward, grabbing your shin, your ankle, the sole of the foot, whatever's available, taking nice deep breaths. Inhale, lifting the chest up and straightening that right leg. Inhale, lifting up the chest, lifting the arms. Exhale, leaning forward, grabbing what you can. Inhale, lifting up the chest, grabbing a sip of coffee, why not? Inhale as you bend the left knee, opening up the hip, placing the left foot on the inside of the right thigh. Inhale the chest up. Exhale, leaning forward, grabbing what you can. Nice deep breaths. And inhale back to center, straightening both legs. One more. Exhale, lowering down. And inhale, back to center, rolling head, shoulders, and doing any stretch your body needs. So we're going to be moving into Savasana, relaxation. So laying down on your mat here, but also feel free to put on a sweatshirt or socks. You can also use a pillow under the head. You can bend your knees or leave them straight. We're just taking nice deep breaths here, checking in on the breath, checking in on the body. You can place the right hand on the belly, left hand on the heart, connecting back to the breath. Inhaling the knees to the chest, wrapping your arms around them, or just cupping the tops of the knees, whatever's comfortable. And release, keeping the knees on top of the chest, opening up the arms out to the side, palms facing the ground. Exhale as you release your knees to the right side. You can also turn your head so you're turning towards the left in a twist. Inhale back to center. And exhale, releasing your knees to the left. You can also turn your head to the right in a twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, releasing hands down. Placing your feet on the edges of the mat, bringing the knees together. and straightening out the legs. Preparing for Savasana, so feel free to put on a blanket on top of you if you'd like, making yourself as comfortable as possible. Placing your arms by your side, palms can face the mat or the ceiling. Relaxing the shoulders, opening the chest, closing the eyes. Allowing yourself to completely relax down on the mat. Relaxing your toes, your feet, and your ankles. Relaxing your calves, your knees, and your thighs. Relaxing your fingers, your wrists, your arms, and your shoulders, sinking deeper into the mat. Relaxing your neck, your head, your eyes, and jaw. Just taking this time, relaxing your mind and body. You can start to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, deepening the breath. You can circle the wrists, circling the ankles. Nice gentle movements, inhaling the arms up and exhale, releasing them down, reaching up with the fingers, down with the toes. Inhaling the knees to the chest, wrapping your arms around them. And exhale, releasing your knees to the side, resting in the fetal position. Inhale as you slowly lift yourself to a comfortable seated position. Placing hands in prayer, thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.